Hi students, my name is Hitesh Narachet. I am from Manara. So last class we discussed about a topic from 10th standard, that is triangles. In triangles we already discussed about what is meant by triangles and what is meant by congruency. So let us move on to the next topic, that is similarity of triangles. Similarity of triangles. Yes, so last class we discussed about the similarity of figures. So there we discussed about the difference between congruency and similarity. So here we have to discuss about similarity of triangles. So here when we consider the similarity of triangles, we have to aware of the angles, corresponding angles, especially the corresponding angles and corresponding sides. So also in the congruency also we have to aware of what are the corresponding angles and corresponding sides when we consider two triangles together. Here also we have to consider two triangles, and here also we have to aware of what are the corresponding angles and corresponding sides. But the thing is that there are some of the conditions are there. So firstly it is the corresponding angles are equal. So likewise congruency, in similarity also the corresponding angles must be same, always same. So first criteria is the corresponding angles are same. Then so let us take corresponding sides. So in congruency the corresponding sides are also equal, one and the same. But in case of similarity of triangles, so the corresponding sides are proportional. That means when we take the ratio of corresponding sides, all the ratios of pair of corresponding sides are one and the same. So that's why we are taking it as a proportional. So that is the corresponding sides are proportional. Second one is the corresponding sides are proportional. So when two triangles are taken together, that is when two triangles are taken together. Yes. So let us know about some examples. So for that we have to take two triangles. So I will take two triangles here. Here I will take the two triangles. Yes. So here I will take as ABC, and here it is PQR. Yes. So look at those two triangles. Here those two triangles are looking like similar. So those two are one and the same. Likewise twins. So here it is looking like both are one and the same. But the difference is size. Difference is size and shape of a triangles. It's only the difference here. So apart from the size and shape, here the corresponding angles are must be same. Here when angle A is equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q, angle C is equal to angle R, then we are considering it as the one of the similarity criterion of those two similar triangles. So here, so we have to consider the both two triangles. Then when it is similar, when we have to consider it as a similar, then angle A, this angle is equal to this angle, those two are corresponding angles. This angle is equal to this angle, those two are corresponding angles. This angle is equal to this angle, those two are corresponding angles. So when it happens, we have it holds good to the first condition of similarity of triangles. So here I will consider triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Then in these two triangles, angle A is equal to angle P, then angle B is equal to angle Q, then angle C is equal to angle R here. So when it happens, it is the first condition, that is corresponding angles are same. So those two the pair of corresponding angles are same, then it holds good the first criteria, first condition for the similarity of triangles. Then, so let us consider the second case. Here what we have to do is, we have to aware of measures. So what is the measure of this, what is the measure of this? All the measures we have to aware of. For example, here the measure is 5 cm means here must be 10 cm. Here it is 2 cm means here it is 4 cm. Here it is 6 cm means here it is 12 cm. So let us take some measurements. Here I will take, here it is 5, here it is 10, here it is 6, here it is 12, here it is 7. For example, here I will take 4, here I will take 8. So let us take the proportionality. So here firstly I will take those two corresponding sides, that is AB and PQ. So we have to divide those two. AB by PQ is equal to 5 by 10. 5 by 10 is equal to 1 by 2. Yes. So if the proportion is the ratio of these two corresponding sides is 1 by 2. So let us take the next one, that is AC by PR. AC divided by PR. So here just observe 6 by 12. 6 by 12 means we can write it as 1 by 2. Then let us take the last one, that is BC by QR. BC by QR. BC is equal to 4 and QR is equal to 8 is equal to 1 by 2. That means just observe here the ratios of corresponding sides are one and the same. So then we are called it as a corresponding sides are proportional. That is AB by PQ is equal to AC by PR is equal to BC by QR. So then when it happens, so then we are consider it as those two triangles are similar. So that's why we can write it as, here I will write after that, triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQ. So from here we have to conclude like this. When it happens, that is corresponding angles are same and corresponding sides are proportional, then those two triangles we are considered it as a similar. Yes. So I hope you know about this, what is the similarity of triangles, how can we consider the similarity of triangles. So here, so we have to consider some of the theorems based on similarity of triangles. So let us take the theorem 6.1. The 6.1 means the triangles is a 6th chapter of 10th standard. That's why the first theorem of this chapter we call it as a theorem 6.1. So let us take the theorem 6.1. What is the statement of that? So firstly we have to know. The statement of this theorem is, if a line drawn parallel to the one side of a triangle and intersects other two sides in a distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. So let us take the statement. If a line is drawn, parallel parallel to the one side of a triangle to intersect other two triangles, intersect other two sides in distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. Yes. So this is the statement of theorem 6.1, that is, if a line drawn parallel to the one side of a triangle to intersect other two sides in distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. So firstly we have to draw a triangle. So because it's a theorem, so we have to prove these things. So after proof, we can consider it as a true statement. So firstly we have to draw a triangle. Here we have to draw a triangle. So here I will consider it as ABC. Yes. Here it is a triangle. So here, if a line is drawn parallel to one side, so whatever the side you can take. So here I will take the BC side. So we have to draw a line parallel to the BC, and intersect other two sides in distinct points. So here I will take like this. Here it is parallel to BC. Yes. Here I have taken a line like this. Yes. So here it intersects two sides, other two sides in a distinct points. So here I will take this as E, or here I will take it as D, and here it is E. D and E. So it intersects the other two sides in a two distinct points, D and E here. So then other two sides are divided in the same ratio. That means, so here we have to prove that AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. So firstly we have to write what are the given things, what we have to prove. So whether we require any construction or not, we have to first write here. So firstly I will write given things. What are the given things here? So here ABC is a triangle. ABC is a triangle. Then DE is parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC. So that is, here we are using this symbol for representing the parallel lines. Here just observe those two parallel lines. So constructor wrote vertically. So like that. So we have to write in each parallel conditions. Okay. So then what we have to prove here? What you have to prove, that is AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. AE by EC we have to prove here. So for that we want some of the construction, because when we take DE and AD, AE and EC, when we take together, but we have to aware of areas. So that means when we take this side and this side means, so we have to aware of area. From the area only we can take easily those two sides. So that means when we take area of the sum of the triangles, so the area of the triangle is half into base into perpendicular height. So that's why we have to take some of the constructions here. So here firstly I will join BC. Here I will join DC here. Yes, firstly I will join DC like this, and then EB also I will join. Yes, I will join like this, and so here we want a base. That means base is DE, it is common, and along with that one we want perpendicular height. So when we have any triangles like this, so firstly I will take the common triangle and so it's a rough part, don't write in a fair. Here when we have a perpendicular height, so these are the conditions. So how to take the perpendicular height. So when we have a triangle like this, then we can easily take the perpendicular height as like this. So this is the perpendicular height. So but in that case it is difficult to take. So that's why what are the possible cases here? So here we can take like this also. So this is the perpendicular height we can take here. Then also we can take like this also, but this is not a perpendicular. So like that. So that's why here we have to take the perpendicular height outward. So outside of the triangles we can take. So likewise here also the same situation is there. So for that, here just observe for this triangle, so we have to take the perpendicular height. That's why. So here we have to take the perpendicular height like this. Yes, here I will take the perpendicular height. Yes. So it becomes the perpendicular height for both. So this triangle also and for this triangle also. So we can take for the both, and also for this triangle. So here we have to consider this triangle. So for this triangle also we have to take the perpendicular height here. So this is the perpendicular height. These are some of the constructions we have to do here. So here DE, and here I will write G and F. Yes. So after that we have to write what are the construction we did. That is construction. So what are the construction we did here? Join DC and BE. Join DC and BE. Then here EG is perpendicular to AD. That is EG is perpendicular to AD. Draw EG is perpendicular to AD and DF is perpendicular to AE. DF is perpendicular to AE. So we have to construct here because of our requirement. Yes. So let us take the proof. After this we have to take the proof here. Yes. So we know that the area of triangle is half into base into height. So area of triangle, we know that area of triangle is equal to half into base into perpendicular height. Perpendicular height. Yes. So we have that relationship. So from that relationship we have to consider all the possible triangle here, and then we have to write the area of that triangle. So firstly I will consider triangle ADE. That is area of triangle ADE. What is the area of triangle ADE? So there are two possibilities out there here. So just observe here, when here DE and AD and AE are the three sides. when we consider AE as a base, DF is a perpendicular height. When we consider AD as a base, GE is a perpendicular height. So there are two possibilities are there. Right, two possibilities. Yes. So let us take, firstly I will take AE as a base. That is 1 by 2 into AE into DF. So this is the one possibility here. So I will consider this as equation number 1. Then let us take the same area of triangle ADE only. So here we have to consider AD is a base and GE is a perpendicular height, that is half into AD into GE. Equation number 2. Then, so here in the bottom part of this parallel line D, there are two triangles are formed. So that is, one is the DEB and DEC. So we have to take those two triangles and we have to take the areas of those two triangles. That is, firstly I will take triangle DEB. So here area of triangle DEB, because we want this side DB, this side DB. So here we have to consider it as a base. That is 1 by 2 into BD into, so what is the perpendicular height here? So already we know about the condition. So here GE is a perpendicular height. That is GE. So perpendicular, I will consider it as equation number 3. Then let us take the another side, that is E is one of the side of it, that is DEC, area of triangle DEC is equal to 1 by 2 into, here what is the base here? Base is EC and perpendicular height is DF, that is EC into DF. I will take this as equation number 4. So just observe here from equation 1 and equation 4. So here DF is common, 1 by 2 is common. And here when we consider equation 2 and equation 3, GE is common, 1 by 2 is common. So let us divide those things, 1 by 4 and 2 by 3. That is divide equation 1 and 4. Then another one is equation 2 by 3. That is equation 2 and 3. So firstly I will take area of triangle ADE by area of triangle DEC. That is area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle DEC. So let us substitute that one. That is 1 by 2 into AE into DF divided by 1 by 2 into EC into DF. That is, here DF and DF getting cancels and 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 getting cancels. The remaining is AE by EC. So here after that we have to write this one. Here I will rub this part and then I will write that one. AE by EC we have AE by EC. Yes. Then, so let us take equation 2 by 3. That is area of triangle ADE. ADE divided by area of triangle DEB is equal to, so let us substitute those things. 1 by 2 into AD into GE divided by 1 by 2 into BD into GE. That is 1 by 2 into BD into GE. So So that means here GB getting cancelled, 1 by 2 getting cancelled. The remaining is AD by BD. AD by BD. You have to write complete. Yes. So here we have AD by BD. Yes. So here I will take this as equation number 5 and this as equation number 6 here. Yes. So then here just observe, so we have a relationship here, that is area of triangle ADE by area of triangle DEC and area of triangle ADE by area of triangle DEB. So here just observe area of triangle ADE and area of triangle ADE. The numerator is same for both the things. Yes. Then, so just observe angle area of triangle DEC and area of triangle DEB. So here the area of triangle DEB and area of triangle DEC are formed from the same base. Yes, so it forms from the same base. The base is same for those two triangles. That is, one side is same for those two triangles, and it formed between the same parallels. That means here DE and DBC are the parallel lines. Both the triangles are formed between those two parallels, means the area of those two triangles are one and the same. When we have conditions like this, that is, when those two triangles are formed under the same base, under the same parallels, means the area of those two triangles are one and the same here. So that's why the area of triangle ADE by area of triangle DEC is equal to area of triangle ADE by area of triangle DEB. So that's why both the equation 5 and equation 6 are one and the same. That means, so the LHS side same means the RHS side also same. That means things which are equal to the same things are equal to one another. So let us take the conclusion here. So here I will drop this part for that. After this you have to write here. So first note that triangle DEC and triangle DEB are formed under the same base and between the same parallels. Between the same parallels. Therefore, area of triangle DEC is equal to area of triangle DEB. So that's why we can write AE by EC. Therefore, AE by EC is equal to AD by BD. So this is our required proof. Yes. So we have a required proof here. That is AE by EC and AD by DB or BD. So we have a required proof like this. So this proof is very important for your academic year. So you have to learn this, and you have to understand this, and you have to apply in various problems. So let us take some of the problems based on this similarity of triangles and based on theorem 6.1. Yes, so let us take the first problem. So here it is the activity based one problem. It is, just observe here. Draw an angle XAY on your notebook and a ray AX. On a ray AX, draw some points, and on a ray AY, draw some points. Here it is AX and AY. We have to write like this. It's a ray because it has only one end point. Okay. So here we have to write. Firstly, we have to draw angle XAY. Here it is angle XAY. On that we have to draw some points on AX and also on AY. So here I will write like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So finally I will write base, because we want a base, because so when we consider the theorem 6.1 means, so we want a base. That means the line must be parallel to any side of the triangle. So here it becomes a triangle. So here we have a base. Then so likewise we have to take the same points like this here also. Here we have to take like parallel. Yes. So here I will consider it as a B1, B2, B3, B4, and here it is C1, C2, C3 and C4. So just consider here there are 4 points, and these 4 points divided that AX line into almost here. I will take this. Yes. So here we have a BC line. So also we have some of the points here. Here also we have some of the points here. B1, B2, B3, B4. Divide this AB line into 5 equal parts, and C1, C2, C3, C4 divides AC into 5 equal parts. So with the help of theorem 6.1 we have to take some of the proportions. So according to theorem 6.1, if a line drawn parallel to the one side and to intersect other sides in 2 distinct points, then the other sides are divided in the same ratio. That's why, so firstly I will take like this. So here I will join B1 C1. So that is B1 C1 is parallel to BC. So consider B1 C1 is parallel to BC. So then what happens here? AB1 by B1B. AB1 by B1B is equal to, so here it is a one distance, only one distance here. So here there are 4 unit distance are there. So that's why here it is we have to take 1 by 4. That is here it is 1 by 4 here. So also just consider here AC1 by C1C. AC1 by C1C is equal to, here it is one distance, and here there are 4 unit distance are there. That is we have to consider 1 by 4 only. This implies AB1 by B1B is equal to AC1 by C1C here. Then, so let us consider B2C2 here. Here we have to consider this one, B2C2. So B2C2 is parallel to BC. Let us take B2C2 is parallel to BC means, so here also we have to take the same AB2 by B2B. Here AB2 means here there are 2 unit distance are there above the A to B. That means A to B, AB2. So here AB1 is the one distance and B2 is the another distance. So for when we combine those two, so we have 2 unit distance, that is equal to 2 divided by here 1, 2, 3. So that is 2 by 3 here. So similarly we have AC2 by C2C. AC2 by C2C. So there also we have 2 by 3. So also when we consider B3C3 by B3C3 is parallel to BC. B3C3 is parallel to BC. So we have the same condition, that is AB3 by B3B. B3B is equal to, here just observe A3B means there are 3 unit distance, 1, 2, 3. So that's why we can take 3 here. Then here there are 2 distances, that is 3 by 2. So the same condition in AC3 by C3C. AC3 by C3C. Then let us consider the last one. It is B4C4 by B4C4 is parallel to BC. B4 C4 is parallel to BC. When we consider this one, AB4 by B4B, here is equal to, so there are 4 distances, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 unique distances, that is 4 divided by, here it is only 1. So this is also equal to the AC4 by C4. So here we have to consider the ratios of other two sides. That is, here B4C divides this side AB into two equal parts. Means, so here we have to aware of the what are the distances, what are the measure of AB4 and B4B, and what is the measure of AC4 and C4C. So when we take those two sides, when we take those two ratios are equal, when we have those two ratios are equal, so then B4C4 is parallel to BC. So also when B4C4 is parallel to BC, so then we have the other two sides, the ratios of other two sides are in the same ratio. So there is vice versa condition, that is, so when the line is parallel to the one side, so then the other two sides, the divided other two sides are in the same ratio. When the ratios are same, when the ratios of other two sides are same, then so we can consider it as the line is parallel to the any one side of the triangle. So this is about theorem 6.1. So let us take these two homework here. So in a figure, D is parallel to BC and find EC. So here DE is parallel to BC. So let us take the theorem 6.1. Take theorem 6.1. When a line is drawn parallel to the one side to intersect other two sides in a distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. That means, so we already know that is AD by BB is equal to AE by EC. Substitute all the measures, take this as x, find the value of x here, so we get the value of EC. Similarly, we have to take like this, here xy is parallel to QR, so here also you have to take the theorem 6.1, write the theorem 6.1, statement of theorem 6.1 there. When we calculate, when we take the ratios, if a line is drawn parallel to the one side to intersect the other two sides in two different points, two distinct points, then the other sides are divided in the same ratio, then we can take, after that we have to take Px by Xq and Py by Yr and substitute all the measures here, then we have to find out the value of Px. So I hope you enjoyed this, also you learned this one, so better to understand all the things. So those who are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, so you can get the notifications very easily. So thank you one and all, be safe and stay home. Thank you.